I started my night at West Bank Cafe, where the Outer Critics Circle party was in full swing. I met up with André De Shields, who has been nominated for Outstanding Featured Actor in an Off-Broadway Musical for his turn as Old Deuteronomy in PAC NYC's Cats the Jellicle Ball, and Yellowface playwright David Henry Hwang and star Francis Ju. Yellowface has been nominated for Outstanding Revival of a Play, and Francis has been nominated for Outstanding Featured Actor in a Play. Yellowface will air on PBS's Great Performances beginning May 16th for Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Then we walk down the block to the Green Fig, where David received the Dramatists Guild Lifetime Achievement Award at the Dramatists Guild Awards Ceremony. His family, his wife, Kathryn Layng, and son, Noah, were on hand, in addition to his Yellowface family, director Leigh Silverman, and stars Daniel Day Kim and Francis Ju.
David Henry Hwang. Has been thrilling us with his award-winning literary masterpieces for decades. His plays and musicals, screenplays, television shows, opera, libretti have entertained us, enlightened us, moved us, and taught us about ourselves. And his unflagging generosity, as seen through his mentorship, his years of service to the Dramatists Guild and the American Theater Wing, and in public and private moments of encouragement to the current and next generation of writers, has ripples that continue to impact and expand our community of truth tellers. And he has done all this while being a beacon of hope for what's possible to Asian American theater artists. He's given us characters that we can see and or play that are human beings that share the heritage of our ancestors, absent the stereotypes that have so long been accepted as the status quo. What else is possible, we think? How else can we be seen? And we watch David write truth to power as his protagonists boldly and unapologetically express what it's like to be a person who looks like us living in America today, when so often we are shown that our experiences are, at best, inconsequential, thereby opening the door for the rest of us to be able to do the same. Thank you, David, for writing your stories, all our stories, into the narrative of the American landscape of storytelling, and showing us that so much is possible. You inspire us, you teach us, you lift us up. Your legacy honors all of us, and we are so thrilled to honor you with this year's Lifetime Achievement Award. Congratulations.
Wow, thank you, Christine, and thanks to the awards committee. At a moment like this, I can't help but reflect on my beginnings, which also involve a Joe Papp story, and something that Joe made a couple predictions for me when we first started working together. One, he said, well, I think you will survive in this field because you can write comedy. And then he also said, I think you'll get better looking when you get older. So I want to thank my Actal family, my wife Kathryn, my son Noah, our daughter Eva, And also our Yellowface family that's here tonight. Thank you, Daniel Day Kim, Francis Ju, my longtime collaborator, Leigh Silverman. And thanks to the Dramatists Guild for choosing to honor a playwright whose career really is deeply embedded with two of the terms that have been fallen into disrepute in certain circles recently, DEI and woke. And I was 10 years old when I got to see my mom as rehearsal pianist for a new theater company in Los Angeles called East West Players. It was a first attempt to try to give equal opportunity, artistically and career-wise, to Asian Americans. And then my first play was produced by Joe Papp because the public had produced a show in which a Caucasian actor was cast in an Asian role, and this led to the first yellow-face protests in New York theater history. Joe, being who he was, hired one of the protesters onto his staff, and it was about that time that my college dorm play came across their desk called FOB. So I was the beneficiary of an affirmative action program because affirmative action identifies a social need and then creates a program to deal with it. The door was opened and I was the person who got to walk through that door. When I first entered this field, if you were going to write something about Asians, number one, overwhelmingly, you had to figure out how to put a white guy in the middle of the story. And number two, overwhelmingly, you were most likely writing stories in which Asian actors were playing foreigners that were set overseas. And fortunately, the landscape has changed in many ways, but that for me exemplifies both the power and the beauty of woke thinking. And particularly in this moment, we're writers. I think we need to reclaim those terms. It is a moment to create a new counterculture in this really difficult and terrifying environment that we find ourselves in. And that counterculture can make woke cool again. Because woke is telling our stories. Woke means telling the truth. Woke means putting stories on stage that actually people want to see and that will bring new audiences into the theater. And being artists, being writers is so important at this moment in particular. And if we ever have doubt, we can just look to how much what we do pisses them off. And they're pissed off because they're afraid of what we can do and the power of the written word and what we are able to put on stage. So thank you again to the Dramatists Guild for affirming a writer whose life and career exemplifies the fact that DEI means diversity, excellence, and inclusion, because you can't have excellence without diversity and inclusion. Thank you.